In 2012, I lost everything. Millions and millions and millions of dollars, business, brand, friends. I showed up every day.
I asked all the agents, I say, raise your hand if you think you could screw it up. That's the point. Welcome back to the Reside Platform Podcast. I'm Nick McLean, your host, and I'm here with co-founder of Reside, my business partner, Suneet Agarwal. What's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing great. And I'm really excited about this episode because it's very timely with the changes in the marketplace. A lot of teams are essentially having to start over in essence because agent productivity is down, sales are down, marketing is, you got to adapt. And so here's the question. You've lost everything, Suneet. You no longer have the number one team in California, the CRMs, the brand recognition, and you're starting over from scratch. Your goal is to make $1 million as quickly as possible running a real estate team. You've got $10,000. What do you do?
Dude, so let me tell you, I've only been a licensed agent, not 10 years yet. So in 2012, I lost everything. Millions and millions and millions of dollars, business, brand, friends, canceled a wedding, right? I moved out of my house into like a ranch. I didn't even have $10,000. I had 6 dogs, an old car, no internet,
Yeah.
6 140-pound dogs, no internet, unemployment, and supportive parents.
And I can attest to this because I went to Suneet's house, brand new house, custom built house, beautiful, gorgeous house.
Thank you.
And I probably drove by that ranch that you were renting, right?
Wasn't it down
the
right here? It's right down the street.
I mean, everybody, Suneet is telling the truth. Like he was in a rental in a ranch down the street. And then this is what he does. He stays in the same neighborhood and just builds a big, nice, beautiful house. I love it.
I watched them build it from my kitchen. Yeah.
So, okay, great. So you've started.
So I had to start over. What did I do? When I did get my license, there wasn't a team environment for me to join. I didn't even know that a team existed. I got my license and I found a mentor. And I found another mentor. Dude, guys, I had no money. And you know what the funny thing was too, is I had just lost like 60 pounds. So my clothes didn't even fit me. I had all baggy clothes, no internet. If I wanted to use the internet, Nick, I would get my laptop and go drive in front and park in front of Starbucks.
Well, that's the benefit of being poor is you lose weight.
Yeah, well, I lost weight prior. I finally found P90X.
Yeah, so you were hustling. You were being you were forced to be extremely resourceful.
Dude, extremely resourceful. And I showed up every day. The reason I talk about not having any clothes that fit is because I'm a new realtor. I went to this very traditional office where I might have been the youngest guy that works there. I might have been the brownest guy that worked there. Right? And I showed up every day in baggy dress clothes.
Every day.
Waiting. No one told me what to do. I showed up every damn day. Every weekend, I would do 3 open houses. No one told me about lead gen or calling out or anything, right? Every weekend, I would do 3 open houses, and I would follow up with those open houses. Every weekend, I would do 3 open houses, and I would follow up with those open houses. And that first year, I might not have made $1 million, but I made $100,000 in 9 months, my first year as an agent. Right? So what did I want to do the next year? I wanted to make $200,000. I found new mentors who were there. I got really, really, really educated. And guess what? I still showed up every damn day. I take that back. There was a month where after I got paid like a bunch of checks, I took a month off. That was the last time I took a month off. Typical realtor type deal. You get paid a bunch. Oh, I'm going to go watch Regis and Kelly every morning for a month instead of waking up and going to the gym. So, I mean, that's it, dude. Show up every day. Expand your horizons. Be open-minded. Try new things.
And you got you haven't even spent $1 yet, Suneet. This is what's great about talking broke with you. You will hold on to that $10,000 till the last minute. Yeah. But mentors. Let's talk about mentors for a second. How much did mentors cost you?
In the beginning, it was absolutely free.
Absolutely free. Now, I was over at Suneet's house, and on his coffee table, I believe on his coffee table, is a book. And maybe it was your coffee table, maybe it was your office. I don't remember exactly. You could tell me. Robert Greene is an author. 48 Laws of Power. It was somewhere in your house. Am I hallucinating?
It was there. It's super funny. Christine's friend's 12-year-old son is reading that book and brought it. He considers me a business type of mentor. He will probably watch this. Super good kid, Colton. He brought that book over all the time.
Whoa, that's deep. That's deep for anyone listening that's into Robert Greene. I mean, these books are like 1,000 pages.
Oh, dude, I'd never finished one the whole way through of you. Like with a little insider liner he has, like telling different stories.
And in 48 Laws of Power and in another one of his books, Mastery, he talks about finding mentors. And a lot of Reside's power is our mentorship. I mean, really, it's not really why I think people subconsciously are joining Reside to get close to us, but they don't really know why. And then once they're in it, it's eye-opening, because I just got off a call with one of our clients in Florida. It was just a mentorship call. It was like setting up bank accounts, setting up business ops, setting up.
Awesome. So important, right?
But back to being broke. Okay. I was at a conference about a decade ago, maybe 8 years ago, and Damon John was there. FUBU, the Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book called The Power of Broke. It just came out. So whenever that book came out is when I met him, 2016. And it's funny, I got my picture taken with him and everything like that. And he's not very tall.
No.
I'm 6'2" and I towered over him. But what's interesting about him is he's like probably 5'7", 5'8". Has a presence though. Right? Has a presence. Nothing against height. That guy has presence. He does have a bodyguard that's a 6'9". And so you don't mess around. Dude has a bodyguard that's 6'9", about 450 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyways, he goes over the power of broke. Like the concept is he wakes up every day broke. And because he wants that hustle, he wants that grind. And you hear about stand-up comedians, as soon as they make it, their jokes suck because they don't relate to the crowd anymore. So it's like this, you do have to have this thought experiment of like, what would you do if you had to start over with $10,000? What I would do, and I've been broke. I remember being a real estate agent and having to get a bus pass because I couldn't afford the gas in the car. I got a couple listings my third year in the business, and I couldn't afford signs because my broker made me buy my own signs. But my father-in-law had a welder and a plasma torch. I have no idea how to use that stuff. So I went to a metal store and bought angle iron. I then had my father-in-law put it on his 1-ton truck, flatbed truck, and we drove it to his house and we cut the metal into signs so I could save $30 per frame. I still have these signs. The welds are not very good, right? They're not very
good. That's such a good story. Why didn't I know that?
I've never told it. And these signs, they were heavy as hell because I got like real steel. I got real angle iron, man. And so anyways, that's just what you got to do.
Yeah, show up. Mentorship, show up.
You know how many leads right now are not being worked on Most teams.
Oh, most.
Most 90% of leads are not even being worked. I think you could just show up at your team and ask your team leader or whoever, are there any leads you want me to work? Are there any?
In my system, in my machine, with every bell and whistle, every automation, an army of ISA, there are tens of thousands of leads that they just can't ever get to.
There is found money everywhere. I used to say, hey, just give me your missed call report and I'll make millions. Most people don't even call back a missed call. I love missed calls.
I was doing a lead audit last week with my army of ISAs, folks. I got a voicemail from my orphan buyer program. Somebody had bought a listing, called us asking us to sell it. Nobody got back to them for 2 days.
Mm.
Oh, how do you think that ISA meeting went, Nick?
Yes. It's, a great question I ask is when I'm coaching or when I'm training agents, like I help out I do onboarding for Reside, 6-week training. You do agent training every Thursday. And I ask this question. If I gave you a buyer, ready, willing, and able cash buyer, or a ready, willing, and able seller, ready to sell their home, $1 million willing to pay you a 3% commission to you or 6% total commission, willing to sign a buyer representation agreement with you, a buyer service agreement with you and pay you 3% as the buyer, right? At $1 million, $1 million buyer, cash. Or they're getting a loan, but they're pre-approved for 8% interest rate and they don't care.
Sure.
Right?
They're ready to go.
They're ready to go. You get my point? I asked all the agents, I say, raise your hand if you think you could screw it up. That's the point. People are screwing up left and right. My wife just told me a story. She went and bought a $200 pair of hiking boots, and she wasn't very happy with the experience. She walked into the store and nobody helped her for like 30 minutes.
Dude, what really?
You know what I mean? And it was just like, are you kidding? She has a pocket full of money. And so there's opportunity there. You just have to see where you just have to look. Where are people messing up? Where are people, Damon John talks about this, other people's money, other people's time, other people's resources, other people's leads, other people's influence, other people's knowledge, other people's systems, right? You tap into that. Other people, like Suneet goes, other people's Wi-Fi, Starbucks. I'm sitting outside in the parking lot.
Dude, real, yeah.
Really. It's like that. It's like we get caught up in the bells and whistles and what costs money, where there's so much low-hanging fruit. I mean, we're posting this right now, November 2nd. Yesterday, I looked on the MLS, November 1st, end of month, quite a few expireds.
Dude, same.
Haven't seen that in a while, right? Same in your market. Expires are back. So who's working the expires today at the Suneet Agarwal team?
We work them every day.
Every day.
Mail and calls.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, we could probably get better at both because we haven't had huge results, but they're getting freaking called. They're getting a piece of mail, 3 of them.
And how many agents, it's amazing to me on for sale by owner and expired. It's like how many agents think that they have to cut their teeth on it and then graduate from that and never have to do it again. They're like, oh, I used to do that. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you guys, everyone listen to what Suneet said. He said, we never stopped. We never stopped. Now, the number of expires the last few years have been pretty dismal, right? Because
pretty low, yeah.
Because they sell.
Doesn't matter.
But now they're not selling. Oh, that's good stuff.
Mail and call, dude. 3 weeks of mail and call till they buy, die, or tell us to go somewhere uncomfortable.
Now spend some of this $10,000, Suneet. Where are you going to spend it right now? You got 30 days to spend it. You're like Brewster's Millions. You have to spend it. No more.
Brewster's Millions. Dude, so many people haven't seen that movie. I love that movie. So good. Richard Pryor.
I mean, it inspired me. That inspired me to be an entrepreneur in some ways.
Dude, probably.
Probably.
Um, I would buy it and invest it in myself on skills, bro. I would go find great persuasion, sales coaches,
Yep.
marketing coaches, and really invest in myself and just implement fast and hard. Like maybe you spend some of that budget on a marketing campaign, but I would rather spend it on myself and my skill development and just go hard.
And in that skill development, and it's kind of like the Brewster's Millions. So if you haven't seen Brewster's Millions, dude, basically he inherits, he can take I think he can take two choices, one of two choices. He can take a lump sum, which is small, kind of like a lottery, or he can try to get like 250 million, but he has to spend $1 million a day or like 30 million in 30 days.
Yes.
And he finds it actually fairly challenging because he ends up making money. Or it's
yeah, he gambles and wins a bunch, right? That's what happens.
So if you got $10,000 to invest in yourself, right? You could find a coach to take your 10 grand, guaranteed. But you could also get an Audible account, right? And get some books.
Now, I was listening to an Audible this morning, dude.
Well, you could also do that.
Oversubscribed.
You could, and I think what Suneet brought up too, I don't know if you guys caught this, was then actually execute. I think what people lack in today's market more than ever is execution, not ideas. They know what works. Just get out there and do it.
Always.
Now for marketing, what low cost, no cost marketing are you going to do?
Dude, I would do as much organic traffic, local events,
video.
as I could, right? I mean, like, I would post 3 times a day on social media. Right now, I post 10 times a day on social media. I would post on social media. I would do value-added webinars. I would go have seminars. I would bootstrap it and work, man, and show up and put on a damn collared shirt and slacks and dress shoes. And
I would, on the marketing front, I want to piggyback on what you said. Around Tahoe, Sheplack Mastermind in Tahoe, September 18th, 19th, right, 2023. I decided to start doing a Instagram reel a day. An Instagram reel a day. And I've done that to this very moment. My followers on Instagram are 1.5 times what they were.
Dude, huge.
Right? 1.5 times. The amount of impressions went from 1,000 a month to 100,000 a month.
Huge.
And how much did that cost me? I already have an iPhone. I'm doing it on my phone. I'm editing it in Instagram. I'm not buying fancy. A VA is not doing it. Nothing. Right? And you could geo-target your marketplace. You could be well known in 30 days with video.
Video, with written word, as long as, it's like people think, I heard Gary Vee say this, that I have to be an expert. You don't have to be an expert. Be an enthusiast. Share your enthusiasm with things. Nick happens to be an expert in everything he talks about. But if you're not, that's okay. Be an enthusiast.